Well, there it is, gang. Those are the comic books I bought this past week at my local comic book store. I'm going to tell you what I bought and why I bought them, and invite you to do the same in the comments below. So, if you like comic books, stick around. We're going to have some fun. Hey there, Bobby. Welcome to Shanghalla. My name is Duke, and this is a weekly haul video. And these are the comic books I bought this past week at Dotcom Comics and Collectibles, located in Freeport, Maine. And not only are these the books I bought this past week, they are the books that I bought this past week being this actual week. So I'm not a week behind like I usually am when I do this. So yay me. Just for that, why don't you like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the groovy things. Give me that glad hand, clap on the back, 3 cheers, and a tiger from me. Okay, well, let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. This will be just kind of a quick video. Superman, Batman Annual #1. I got this kind of with a heavy heart because it's a $6 book. $6. Way too much for a comic book. But I, and I didn't actually pre-order it, but I have been buying. This is kind of a flip book thing. You can see you've got, that on one side, and then the Batman on the other side. And you saw a moment ago, this part was upside down. But I have been buying the regular Batman Superman title recently because they've had kind of an Earth 2 thing going on, and this is part of that, so I was kind of locked in. So anyway, let me know, have you been buying that? What do you think of that? Exciting Comics #14 from Antarctic Press. I actually did not pre-order this one. This is a book, and it is largely newer creators doing things with public domain heroes. And of course, Exciting Comics was an old Golden Age title, part of the Nedor line. And I usually add this into my pull list when I'm not quite at budget. I'll throw this in. But I had not actually pre-ordered this. But my retailer missed that I didn't order this particular issue, got it. And because he got just this one book in, just because I ordered it, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. So there you go. Firepower by Kirkman and Chris Samney. This has been pretty good. It's like a lot of things, the plotting is fairly glacial. Not a lot really happens in any particular issue, and it's written like it's a proposal for a Netflix show. And you can see that what you get is a lot of talking heads like this, or when there's an action scene, and sometimes the whole issue will be a fight, and it's like this, and it just reads very quickly. So I'm actually a couple issues behind on this. I think I read up as far as issue 12 is the last one I actually read. And so I do like this book. The problem is that for $4, do I like it that much? When each issue generally only takes about sometimes 7 or 8 minutes to read. Now this one, there's a lot of talky talk here. And so this one will probably take a little longer to read. But still, I don't know. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stick with this. So let me know in the comments below. Are you reading this? What do you think of it? Are you on the fence as well? I mean, I like it well enough. I just don't like it for $4 a month when so little happens, in any particular month, most months. And it's such a quick read. Good Lord. Reads in 7 or 8 minutes for $4. That's like what, 30, 40, 50 cents a minute? Phone sex is cheaper than that. I assume. I've been told. I don't actually know. But anyway, moving on. GEIGER. Man, we're on issue 6 of this already, and I haven't read it. This is something that has just been piling up on my desk in my to-read pile. And I haven't been reading it. And I need to, because I need to decide if, well, this is pretty decompressed, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't get much more decompressed than that. Followed up by Boom That. So there's however many pages this is. There's 4 that goes by lickety-split. But I couldn't even begin to tell you what this is about. There's another full-page spread. I couldn't even begin to tell you what this is about, and I need to, that looks like GI Robot from the old Creature Commandos at DC Comics. But I have to, you know, get together and read this thing and decide if I'm going to stick with it or not. GROO meets Tarzan. That's something I could not resist. I've been a fan of GROO since the beginning of time. And Tarzan almost as long. I read through all of the Tarzan books when I was in the 7th grade. And that's probably about all I learned in the 7th grade, frankly. So I couldn't resist this. First issue was pretty neat. That it worked a lot better than you might think. You know, you've got the GROO parts crossing over with the Tarzan parts. And yeah, that's always fun. I think this is going to be like a 4-issue miniseries. So, yeah. Hey Kids Comics, Volume 2, Profits and Loss. This is by Howard Chaykin, obviously, right there. And it's kind of a semi-fictionalized history of the comic book industry. And it's okay. You know, the problem that I had with the first volume is that the timeline bounced around back and forth, so it was kind of hard to keep the characters straight a little bit in my mind. But that's a thing, if you're into that. If you want to know some of the history of comic books, told, you know, as if, you know, all the names are changed to protect those who probably aren't as innocent as they would like to have us believe, then this is for you. The Many Deaths of Laila STARR, written by Ram V. This is the 5th and I believe final issue from Boom Comics. This is the alternate cover, $5. Good Lord. And I would not have ordered this alternate cover, not for $1 more. That's not something that I do. But for some reason, that's all my retailer got in. So it was like this or nothing. And I know how hard it can be to get a reorder out of Diamond, even when they screwed up. Although in this case, I mean, I think they screwed up. I don't think we have many people here reading this. This is on the pull list for maybe 2 or 3 customers. And I don't think we even get any for the shelf. So, I don't know. Somehow we got in this cover, and I ended up with it in my pull list. And I was like, well, I guess. But this book has got a lot of praise. I've been kind of waiting until the thing was complete to read it all in kind of one sitting. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about Ram V other than his Swamp Thing. And I didn't really love that. I mean, I didn't hate it, but it just didn't stand out as anything special to me. And I dropped it after a couple of issues. And so, I don't know. We'll have to see how this is, but that miniseries is complete, so now I'll sit down and read it, and maybe I'll do a review. The Telepaths. Now, the premise of this series, as I recall from the solicitation copy a couple of months ago, and the title itself really doesn't, you know, it wasn't that overwhelming. The reason I bought it, though, was J. Michael Straczynski. And I don't know if you saw recently online, Straczynski was sort of putting himself forth as maybe the next showrunner for Doctor Who. I wouldn't mind that at all. He's probably got about 0 chance because he's not British. But I would like the next Doctor Who to be Peter Dinklage, who's also not British. So who knows? Maybe as bad as Doctor Who has been, maybe the BBC will just decide to drop 5 yards and punt. Give it over to Straczynski and Dinklage. I don't know. But anyway, this is an AWA book, Artists and Writers Alliance. And I can't tell you anything about this. I can't even really remember what the solicitation copy was. I just remember being kind of, yeah, you know, it's one of these, and we've seen this a lot lately, you know, from Lost to Manifest to, what was it, the 4400. A lot of things lately that involve everything starts with a plane crash and everybody's kind of lost or changed or something. So, but again, I ordered that because of Straczynski. And it's one of 6, so, you know, I won't be in for that much. And then finally, Wonder Girl. I have enjoyed Wonder Girl. I wish Joelle Jones was drawing it as well as writing. But you know, some people have derided this. I've liked it, and unfortunately, it's going to be going on hiatus. DC, as you may have seen, is claiming supply side issues due to COVID, and has delayed a bunch of titles. And while most of the books delayed 1 or 2 issues, this one had like 3 or 4 delayed. And so, yeah, you know, this might be a hard book to keep up with here in the near future, because you know how it is once you break the habit. But yeah, I don't love it as much as I would if Joelle Jones was drawing it as well. But that's it. That's the haul for this past week. That is everything I got. So please do let me know down in the comments below. Did you get any of these books? What did you get that I don't have here? Let me know why you love it and I should be reading it as well. I'd be happy to give your favorite a try. And hope maybe you saw something here that maybe appealed to you that you didn't know was out. And maybe you can find that somewhere to whet your comic book appetite. But until the next video, goodbye, good luck, and please be good to each other. And that's something I could not resist. I'm been a long fan. I've been a long... Fuck me.